a color. This was painted a color, this was painted a color, and then when they came in to fix and paint all around, it was a different color. Because I think this was purchased through someplace else, and the paint we've been using is Lowe's. So even though I gave them the, the colors, they just didn't match. So he did a quick thing, he's gonna fix all the rest of this tomorrow when he gets here, but he just painted it up for me, wasn't even in the contract to do that, so.
Looks great, it really looks
It
great.
really does.
Wash it.
Now we wash it.
Now we need the curtain.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we'll talk about on Monday.
All right, pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first thing I would like to say is congratulations to Ed Comeau on his win at state representative. Thank you, Ed.
I think the whole election team did really good
Yep, I
yesterday.
did too.
Very little issues. I even had a couple of calls saying how good it was.
Yep, very good.
It's tough when somebody goes out of the way and say good. Negative comes instantly. That flows really out.
I'll tell you that when they expanded the parking lot, that was a great idea.
That was
And
huge.
it's
That looked nice
much
over there.
better traffic pattern. too.
Yeah, looks really nice over there, I will say that. That was the first time I've seen it, actually. I didn't realize it was going to be, I didn't even realize it was done.
You realize when the
So,
garage was.
when I saw it, I was kind of
outside.
in very visual shock.
Yeah.
It looked nice. I love that where the flagpole
Yeah.
is. That's
Yeah,
really
nice
nice.
thing with
Yeah.
the three little flag on
Maybe if the Paul school name on that would have been a real pin tip over, been really nice. But I think it was awesome.
Well, the time capsule would have been good, right by the flag.
There you go.
Something, yeah, that was cool. It was nice, very nice.
We can still do it.
Okay.
it. Yeah, we can.
Well, tonight we don't have that busy of a thing, so we have no appointments. We got unscheduled matters. All right, skipping over it.
Yeah.
Unfinished business. None. New business, none. Proposed capital reserve fund, technology fund. We got a capital reserve fund of $6,512.75. That is a replacement of 3 workstations in the town clerk, town administrators, and the building department. We have a current balance of $10,379.45. The request is $6,512.75. Remaining balance is $3,866.70. Do I have a motion on the table to accept?
So moved.
Second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence. NHDES to Sonia Gothia. And this is,
It's a dock on volume.
okay, I know who that is. This is in that development, the association thing, because she is the president of the association, I believe.
Things must be slow in Concord if they've got to chase docks.
Yep. So this is just to let us know what's going on, and they're enforcing it. Thank you, Mr. New Hampshire DES. Enforcing it. They're actually doing something. All right? Unscheduled matters, public comment 2.
I have to apologize to the board, we didn't get the last meeting's report in the paper
I noticed that.
last week. That's because of all of the
Candidates.
questionnaire profiles, they just pushed a lot of things out. Being a good sport, I let one of my stories get pushed out. But it's in this week.
Yeah. Very good. Much as I want to, I will have you, Ed. Come on up.
Last meeting, I had mentioned about a grant review committee, and I was wondering if anybody responded.
I haven't
I know
got
it's
the
quick.
website yet.
Oh, it wasn't on? Oh, I thought it was, somebody said. it was.
I thought it was, because she said she was going to put it out. I thought it was, Teresa.
Oh, no, we haven't had it.
Okay.
To get that up.
But we are going to.
Yes, oh,
Yes, we
absolutely.
are.
It's on my
Okay.
radar.
Okay, thank you.
My next meeting, I promise.
Thanks for bringing that up. Okay.
Oh, Charlie's got it. Oh, I know.
We got administrative update.
Okay. Let me just write that down again before I don't forget what to say. Okay, I have a couple things. Couldn't make this totally boring. The mitigation plan, hazard mitigation plan, which the board signed over a year ago, the grant was supposed to be completed to finish the work by this past September, and we've been working on it all year, meeting down the public safety building, going over the plan, figuring out what needs to change. The lady that has been doing it ended up with a medical issue and was unable to get completed by September 30th, so she asked for an extension, and we've been granted the extension through New Hampshire Emergency Program, Hazard Mitigation Planner, and we just need signatures from the board to extend it, to get the process
Have to
out.
vote on it?
Yes.
Make a motion that we extend it.
Second.
We
So
got a
there's-
First and a second, all in favor? Aye.
There's,
Can I have one of those pens, please?
You should send.
initials there, initials there, and signatures. Wayne and I started talking about the flags again on the poles. And I just want to confirm what the board wants.
Samples.
Were you, I just didn't know if you were looking for
How about
banner
ideas?
or for flag? Like, are you looking, do you
I
think you
think
want just a
the
flag?
For efficiency, but I understand the banner could be more.
Changeable?
No, you just do the banner
Town
and it,
symbol.
right, it would say, have the town seal, it would say Town of Wakefield, Village of
Oh, on the
Salmonville.
banner?
On the banner,
Oh.
Village of Salmonville,
Well, that's what
Village
I
of Union,
would want to
Village.
see kind of the ideas that what we want, but I mean, if you're thinking of putting a banner that represents our town, the seal, that's, I didn't give that, I never gave that a thought.
So how about this? I just kind of wanted an idea if you were thinking more just flags, or if you were
I see.
thinking, obviously the banners are gonna cost more.
Maybe it's a combination of both. The banners is welcome and then the flags down the main area. And I would leave the flags out.
What would you do with, like, what do you mean for flag? Like, I know like
A
a
regular
flag,
flag.
but I mean, but like an American flag?
Right.
That's what I was thinking. And I wouldn't leave them out all year. It
No.
would be Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yeah, you can't.
Maybe Veterans Day.
The
put 'em back
problem
up.
with it is getting who puts up the flags. So who
How it
gets
works.
the bucket truck?
I
I
thought-
don't know. Put 'em on the
Bucket
bucket
truck.
truck.
Yeah, but I thought Wayne said that he would take, you need a
He
bucket.
said he knows people that can do it, but what if they're busy?
Yeah,
What
what
if
if
their company
you-
doesn't
yeah.
allow them to
Are
do
you
it
thinking
anymore?
banner from side of the road to side of the road or?
No, the
Vertical?
ones on the vertical and the poles, they're
On the
like
pole.
maybe this big,
Yeah.
whatever. And, we could start with every other one instead of doing every pole.
Yeah, Long Meadow has the lift.
Yeah, so you have to rent that each year to take, if you're doing regular flags, yeah.
Yeah.
And just kind of,
Well,
because we.
I like the seal idea, so if
Yeah.
that's the banner thing,
So how about in your next meeting, if you're thinking more banner, I can come up with some sort of design or something, or an idea from Wayne that we can,
In general
Present to you in
locations, where do you
general,
think you're putting
where
them?
we want to put them. Does that
Yep.
sound good?
Sounds
And maybe a price, because we do have some money in this year's budget in that line that I'd like to buy a couple of them, or get the brackets in here or something to.
okay?
All right. I wanted to remind the board about their meeting on Monday, this coming Monday, the 14th, to discuss warrant articles
4:30.
at 4:30.
Never a dull moment.
I have let's see, this is the contract for the cemetery maintenance
Yeah, I see that.
for, they pick somebody, CMP, home and property maintenance.
This is quite a contract.
So
Was that
this is my
ours?
standard,
This is ours we sent to him.
this is mine that I
Yeah.
typed up that we give to him. He's actually received it, he's reviewed it. We got no comments back.
Yeah, no change.
He's okay with it, so I said I'd take it to the board if cemetery trustees are good with it, they are. He's good with it, so.
So it's already,
Corey Pike is,
okay, so it's already got somebody interested.
oh yeah, went out to bid.
Okay,
I think they received 5 or 6 bids back.
and this is what the cemetery
This
is bringing
is-
for the board that they
This is the
accepted?
amount of money that was put into the budget, that they'd like to go with
Would
them.
you like to make a motion, Mrs. Twombley?
Sure.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So there's your signature required there, along with, then the cemetery trustees would sign. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's very informational. That's the word.
Mhm. My next thing is at the last, I think it was the last
Yeah,
meeting,
they just pick.
9.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I still want from Toni. When Nate was here talking about the GIS system and scanning documents into it so they can be uploaded onto the MAPS program, $2,800 was talked about for the scanning.
Mhm.
And we talked about moving the funds from the clerk line in the building inspector line to the printing and supply line, so they'd be able to spend out of that line, because it would be over. And the board was okay with me making that recommendation.
last month.
I mean, if not, we just because you were in favor of him doing the scanning for the $2,800. For we said next year's budget, and I said, well, if we do have the money this year, if you'd like to do it this year,
Is that going to get everything done he has?
that's the back stuff.
Yeah.
That's the old maps that Cindy has,
Yep.
that they would like to have scanned and put up onto the site.
I'll make a motion to move the $2,800.
Second.
We got a first and a second. All in favor? Aye.
So while we're talking about land use area, is the board ready for me to post for a part-time code assistant downstairs?
The secretary?
Secretarial position down there.
I would think so.
Me too. Let's just do it. Get it over
I
with.
have a new, I just got it today, I would have forwarded it to you, but I have a new job description.
Okay?
That I'll review with Nate tomorrow to make sure it has everything that I want to do. So if you're good with that, we'll go ahead and put that out? Yep, okay. Thank you. I wanted just to remind everybody that there's no meeting on the 23rd of November, that your next meeting would be on November 30th. And Charlie and I worked on putting the bid out for the water main for the public safety building, so that is out to bid. And I wanted to ask Charlie, are you ready for me to put the foundation bid out? Is that something
No,
that
I'm
needs to
not
go
sure if
before
I want,
winter,
yeah, I'm
or?
not sure if I want to go to that extreme
Okay.
I think that we're gonna concentrate on the inside so we can close up, get the heat on,
Okay,
so that the heat, we're not losing any more heat. I'd like to see us put the concentration on that. I think they can deal with that without, for the winter.
okay,
And come spring, we should do that, but, there's quite a bit of work that can be done. We don't need that done.
don't need that foundation, then the
Yeah.
springtime can do the foundation work.
And after talking, Ken and I are going to go in and lay it out this week. And I would like to, they're willing to do a couple more days worth of free labor. It would be a tremendous help to get to it, then that will just leave us to mechanicals. And then I'll go for the insulation and that kind of stuff. So I think we're on the forward move of it.
Okay.
I did get a call yesterday for somebody talking about, that's already called me about.
Oh, about the water main?
Water main. I called him back, but I did not hear from him back today. So we're playing phone tag for a minute. I'll call him again
I
tomorrow.
think it's tomorrow.
It's
That
deadlines.
is, no, tomorrow's the day that you're supposed to meet people down there.
Oh,
I think it's at 4.
I gotta write that down.
It's in
I'll
your-
forget that.
In your bid, it's so,
Okay, so tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday at 4 o'clock, I'm supposed to be there.
yeah, in your
And that's good.
envelopes there, it
Yeah, I
should
can
say
read
the
that,
exact
yeah.
time. I'm pretty sure it's 4 o'clock
All
though.
right, good.
It'll almost be dark.
I know.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
I think that's all.
it's pretty self-explanatory. I just want to meet them. so
Yeah,
that they
well,
can see
and I think the,
that,
you
I
may
know
get
what
more
we're
contract,
talking
that's why
about.
I'm saying that, you may get more contractors that haven't actually called you, that will go to the walkthrough,
Yeah.
just so you know.
Yeah, because I've had David down, the water main department
Yeah.
down there, and I know where all the locations is. I just got to give it to somebody. And I wasn't comfortable with what numbers we had started with, because now I know a little more about it. And I want to talk to people so I can feel comfortable.
I think the bids are due back next week.
Okay,
I think that's all I have on my list. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Not bad
5
at all.
minutes, 10 minutes?
building permit releases.
No, but I have a selectmen's letter for you.
Go ahead, Connie.
To all participants of the Transfer Station Ordinance Review Committee, thank you. Please know, firstly, that the tardiness of this letter is in no way is reflective of the depth of our gratitude to you all for all the time, energy and expertise you collectively expended. Through numerous meetings, more than a few field trips, and significant personal research, your committee was able to provide the Board of Selectmen with much comprehensive information. As a result of our efforts, we are able to consider options to improve operations at the transfer station, as well as to offer our residents and staff a clear and fair ordinance. So, our hats go off to you. Reuben Nisley, Tom Lavender, Dave Mankus, Donna Mutton, Lester McCall, Ralph McKenna, Jim Miller, Kurt Pearson, Laura, how do you pronounce it? Papelon, Dick Riley. Sincerely, Wakefield Board of Selectmen.
Good luck.
Yes, very nice of Kenney too, but I couldn't have you sign it. We know Kenney did. We thank you, Kenney.
And Charlie, can I just have you initial this one? Also, I got you on the back one, but not the front. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do have one more thing, I'm sorry, before you continue. I just wanted to mention, I don't know if you were recording this when we first came in, but we have our window back. The company has come in and sealed it all up and fixed any wood issues that were going on with that window. It's a very tight window now. A lot of the panes were plexiglass, and now they're regular period glass. The outside, I don't know, it was dark when some people came in, but it's
Yeah.
black, actually. It's painted black to go with the period. You know, back in 1895, that's why they did the lower windows black, and I think the Wakefield Town Hall now has black windows
It's
also.
it's green.
Green.
Oh, green, okay.
Yeah, it's
So
green.
they went.
But it's
with
dark green.
Yeah, so we went with the black. My only issue is, and this is gonna happen with all of our windows as they come back, they've replaced Angie's already, which looks great also. They're doing mine and the town clerk's tomorrow. Is the outside has the storm windows. So you'll notice that this window has the 3-panel storms from the outside, so you can't see the beautiful window. I don't know if the board wants to just leave it as is for the winter, see how cold we are, how not, or do you want to take them out for the winter? Do you want to, and maybe this is just a spring decision, because there's some painting that'll need to go on the outside because it's still white around the window, that you might want to paint that black. That's kind of what we did in the lower level windows, is everything is painted black.
I wondered why it was painted black.
Yeah.
Down there.
Everything's, everything, even all the things were ordered black. I don't think that was
Yeah.
ever painted black. I think they were just ordered that way. So I don't know about the storm. I don't know if by having a more secure window, we're not gonna feel as cold in here, or if you don't want to even tempt that this year, or leave it as is.
Energy efficiency is only a small amount with the storm windows do. It protects the environment from getting at the window, the weather being on,
Oh, okay.
the rain, the snow,
Yep.
this and this. That's why I look for about nice new windows.
Yeah.
Crappy old ones, trying to fix and trying to utilize it.
And they're thermal pane windows.
Oh, yeah.
So they have a dead air space.
Yeah.
You'd need it for a screen anyways, the storms. That's your screen.
Oh, out, yeah,
Out
the ones
there.
out there, not for this one, but
Not
yeah,
for this
so
one.
I think the ones for ours are probably gonna end up having to be painted. You're gonna have to paint the
The white.
frame of the storm at some point, if you choose that that's the look you're looking for.
Are you thinking the storm black? Because it's all the inserts that go into the sashes and everything else. I don't think you could actually paint it. I mean, you could, but I don't think it would last.
Oh,
There'd be a lot to it.
really a lot to it, yeah. So, just something I wanted to mention.
Keep thinking.
And just let you know, and
Stir in that
Has
window
anybody-
pot.
Never mind stirring that window pot. Shade.
Hit the shade.
yeah. So, just want to let everybody know that.
You'd have to be here before 4 o'clock for it to be a problem now.
Yeah, I know, but it may take until the sun.
And we'll take it
goes
till
down
summer
the way
before you
to
get
right.
the
It's
shade.
been down here a while now. Now you
Yes.
Right, that's all I got.
Okay. Payment manifest. You got these to sign, I'm not sure if you guys signed it or not. CA Technology Fund, what's this one?
Yeah, I think one of you still needs just.
Yeah, that's something that's just in our mailboxes. Okay, we got a treasurer's payroll warrant for $84,274.59. We'll have a motion on the table to accept. Second, all in favor? Aye. I have a big one. We got a warrant article for $417.95. Do I have a motion on the table for that?
So moved.
Second?
No.
All in favor? Aye.
That warrant has just a half payment to the school district. They were kind enough, again, to have us pay half this pay cycle and have us pay half the next one due to not having the tax rate yet.
Still don't have the tax rate?
No.
I don't know how they can do
You're gonna,
that.
you're getting towards the end of the thing, because you'll see in the paper, we've got rates
So,
for
I
most
can-
of the Carroll
I
County towns.
know. I can give a little update on that. I talked to DRA today, and I have to say, she has been a peach. Michelle Clark is our representative. And it's not us, and it's not the school that's holding it up. It's the water precinct. Unfortunately, there's paperwork that needs to be done, and I'm not sure, everybody that's working on it is doing the best they can. And I've contacted the water precinct and asked them today to, work on this MS 535, because until that is submitted, we won't have a tax rate, even though what the water department does not affect our tax rate, and I keep saying this to DRA, are you sure? Because it does not affect, they're not setting a tax rate for the water precinct, they're not, these numbers mean nothing to the town.
Isn't the
Nothing.
water precinct self-supporting?
It is self-supporting,
Yeah, so it's not
it means nothing. What I hear from DRA is that they need it in case in the future, they need to have something set, they need to have all the documentation from all the years past. So if they didn't submit them, they might not never do them. And then you're going back years and years and years of information that they would need. So I plead every year that maybe we don't need this, the paperwork.
Can't that be a little bit later, you know? They can still get it.
Right, get it, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I'll get it to you, just,
Yeah,
can you send my, so I did talk to the precinct today. They were, she was pretty confident they were gonna meet tonight, review everything again, get over to the portal, they have to do everything over at their little office, set everything to the portal by morning, and if that happens, Michelle said she promised she would look at everything tomorrow, and I might have a preliminary rate by tomorrow afternoon. Because everybody's closed Friday for the holiday.
Yeah.
I did even
And they
plead
said
that I would come in, because that's what prompted it. I sent her an email and said, I have an increase in revenues, and I have, and I'm willing to come in and work on Friday if you are. And she said, no, I'm not working on Friday. So that's where it stands. And I have kind of a suggestion, and I know we talk about the water department and what to do with them and how to manage this for the future. We run into this every year. We've really got, the school is doing a really good job about getting all their paperwork. And actually, the water department did do a really good job. They got all their paperwork in, except it just didn't balance.
Yeah.
It wasn't accurate. So that kind of set everything behind it. But they did do much better. They got everything in, and by the end of September, when they should have, which was great. But unfortunately, it just wasn't balanced paperwork. So I have a couple different suggestions that, you know, they really should have an auditor. They really should hire an auditor.
We do an
to
audit.
do. You should have
But
an
it's-
auditor
yeah.
that does your 535.
Yeah.
File a report for them.
Yep. Because we have the audit, they do our audit, we submit our 535. The auditor's done it based on the balance sheets, based on all the information they've gathered, and then it's done, and you know it's done right. And to pay the little extra money that you might have to have for a company to come in and do that. You know, at first I was thinking, well, maybe, because some towns have taken over the paperwork end of things for the water department and actually done their paperwork. But then I started thinking about it today as I was reviewing our MS form to their MS form, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I don't even do this. It's our auditors that do it. Could I really understand and take the time of their books to do it, and how much time would it take me?
They
I
do,
just think they should.
they pay $300 a year for an audit, which is just a form that they get from the state with questions asked, and the person goes and checks on what we're doing, and
Is that somebody in your precinct though that does that, or do you actually hire
Yes.
it out? Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And then I asked if the person
But
in
they're
the
paid $300.
right, but I asked if that person in the precinct that does that could actually do the MS 535, and I was told no.
No.
Not from the person that does it, but the
Yeah,
person that
right.
is doing it right now.
Yeah.
Didn't feel that,
Right.
you know, and because it is it's more than what some people think it is, you know. It can be as hard as you want it to be, or as easy.
Yes.
It's just, and filling out the voted appropriations and the expenditures and your revenues, I mean, that's pretty basic. It, you know, getting the fund balance from your beginning of the year and end of the year, that should be, but it's just needs to be. So I just thought I would mention,
Yeah.
so hopefully, at least by Monday, we'll have, but yeah, I think another conversation with the water precinct at some point is going to be
Send them a bill.
warranted.
Okay, the board minutes. I got a question on this one. The October 17th. that I thought that Kenny and I were the only ones here, and why I'm asking, it was due to the fact of the extra hours on the shoreline zoning, that we decided that we would wait for Connie to make it a bigger board. Was that
Did
the
it say
October
that she
17th?
left at one point? No, it wasn't
No,
October
she was-
17th.
You were away for one meeting.
No, this is on our budget meeting.
Oh, budget.
It would have been, because you were here and then you had to leave, so when did we start? I'm
And,
thinking the 3rd or the 10th.
all right, so these were after.
Maybe the
Those
17th,
are after.
Well,
October
the reason
17th.
why I'm asking is because,
No, I was gonna say,
I'm
it was the
sorry.
17th,
If
it's
you
in
look on
there.
the 17th, page 2, Charlie, after they talk about agricultural commission, Mrs. Twombley, Ms. Twombley, excuse me, left the session at this point.
after,
Midway
okay,
down,
and then
yeah.
that's when I told Kenny that we
Yeah.
would wait to make the board a full board. Okay, so that went to the October 26th meeting, correct?
Which is your regular meeting
Right, right.
here.
Okay, and is the October 26th is when we voted on that, the three of us, to appropriate for the shoreline zoning officer?
Yes, when Dave was here, yeah.
The reason why I say that is because we have it as 3-0, and I know I didn't vote yes. I just wanted to make that clear that it was 2-1, I
It
believe.
was 2-1. I was here.
Because I went with,
I have no idea.
I made it clear, I mean, that was fine, that we
I
went
have you
there.
moving 2-1
Which page, Steve? I just didn't see it.
I know, it's,
on the 26th, page 3,
Page 3,
second motion at the top of the page.
2.
Kenny?
Okay, I didn't see that,
No,
I saw the
that's
3-0 underneath it, and I didn't want to make myself look like I didn't stand there for it, and I'm okay with that, good. Okay, so, do I have a motion on the table for the October 17th and the 26th?
Yes, so moved.
Okay, second?
that was it.
It was both.
Yeah.
And Connie was here, so how does that work, because she wasn't here for the whole thing? She was here for most of it, is that okay?
Interesting.
I know.
Interesting.
Well, she
I
can,
think
let's
to
do a
be
motion, so she
accurate,
was to the
I don't think Connie,
agricultural.
yeah, I don't think Connie should move the 17th, and I actually think you probably should abstain because you were not there for a page and a half.
Okay, so I have a motion on the table and a second. All in favor?
6,
For the 26th.
For the
not
twen-
the 17th.
Okay, for the
Can't do both,
26th,
yeah.
let's do the 26th. Motion on the table and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
On the October 17th, do I have a motion to accept him?
Yep.
Second, all in favor? Aye, abstaining? Connie. Okay.
Now, I happened to send you the very short minutes from the second too. And
Yes, the
If you
non-public.
don't want to address those, well, I know, but you have to have public in order to have non-public. So if you want to save those for the next meeting, if people didn't look at them, then I would be happy to.
Well, we can read them right now.
You sure
They're
can.
Very
There's
short.
Not much there.
No. Yeah, there's really nothing there, so, I'm good with that. Do I have a motion on the table for the non-public on November 2nd?
I was there, right?
You were there, we all were there.
So
That
moved.
was it, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to remember, we've had so many meetings in October and November.
Do I have a second?
Yep.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Well, sorry it wasn't so exciting tonight, but thanks for
Well,
coming.
it'd be it's nice to take a break from the complaints.
Well, they've been good though. Everything's been good.
Yeah.
We've made it through it. We've surrounded us with good people and we're all set. Motion to adjourn? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, since we won't be again until. after.
Yes, you too.
Yeah.
Let's do this turkey.
If anybody needs to come to my house, I'll be there. don't have any place else to go.
I was gonna say, I got a few, I'll send that.
Sure, send them right down, I love it. My favorite holiday.